Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Breakdown. Sports editor Andy Newberry here with Jonathan Hull. Cowboys rolled the Bears. We actually knew what we were talking about last week, which is really rare.
It's strange because sometimes the Cowboys, they'll have those games where they're favored real heavily, and you think, well, they should just walk through this one, and then they don't. But they actually did this time, so it was kind of strange in that regard.
And they played pretty good at stepping on the throat, but this could have been worse. This could have been 41-3 or
very
something.
Easily,
The Bears were overmatched.
Completely overmatched. Defense is pretty soft. I mean, it's
and if you just tuned in, you lived in Chicago, you'd never know the Cowboys. Were down a couple offensive linemen for most of that game.
Yeah, no, it didn't matter. They were just shredding them, and Ezekiel Elliott, who ran a lot better too. I mean, he was much more decisive and more patient at the same time.
I know, like Dez didn't end up being a big part of the game plan, but they run off that first play. Elliott goes for, I think, 21 yards, matching his uniform number, and then they get the first pass goes to Dez.
Yeah,
and it was almost like they decided, hey, our best players are going to get the ball tonight. And then Dez got hurt a little bit and didn't end up having a huge impact, but the offense ran pretty seamlessly.
Yeah.
Dak, to me, I'm just so amazed at how Dak and Cole Beasley are on the same page. And I know he's not, he hasn't had a 120 catch season or whatever. He's not Wes Welker yet, but he looks
he
like
might
it.
be. Yeah, he looks like he's on the verge of being Wes Welker. Like if you play in a
cover him out of those breaks.
No,
and then Dak's finally figured out how to throw the ball low enough for Cole to go get it.
If you play in a fantasy football league that does PPR, points per reception, you want Cole Beasley right now. Go pick him up.
He's getting about 7 catches a week, and so that was just real impressive. The thing that's not impressive, but they were better than the Bears, is Brian Hoyer dropped back 49 times and never got sacked.
No.
And I think he got pressured once.
Yeah.
And, that's not good.
Pass rush is still pitiful, but that's what you're going to deal with. They're rushing the passer basically with 4 defensive tackles.
So, and then we know this week why they're not making that call to Greg Hardy.
Yeah, that's not happening. But yeah, the pass rush, I don't know that there's a simple answer for it. You just hope that they can force turnovers whenever they need to force turnovers. And I think it also puts an emphasis on, Dallas's linebackers have actually played pretty well. And their secondary has played fairly well also. I mean, to all things considered, as little pass rush
without
as there is.
Skandrick. They were without Skandrick because they're
Morris
best cover
Claiborne
corner.
Yeah, Morris Claiborne's starting to look like, the top draft pick that he was. Brandon Carr's having a nice year, and the safeties are performing well too. So I think there's some things that you can definitely take away from that defense. That there's some things that are going right without the pass rush.
I'm almost done with the rookie curve for Dak.
Yeah,
he's just a quarterback and that's playing well. Maybe not top of the line. Not Romo of 2014.
But he's on his way.
Explosive, but man, they're converting third downs, and he's so much better than a lot of the quarterbacks I see on the Sunday ticket package. Just that have been in the league 5-6 years. He makes plays, and he seems accurate on everything under 20 yards. Just really accurate.
Yeah, no, if this is the starting point for him as a rookie, I mean, you're going to love to see what his ceiling is, assuming he can reach it.
Because no quarterback they had last year could make Terrence Williams look decent, and he did, except when Williams fumbled. Going forward, what do you see? I see a winnable game at San Francisco, also a losable game. It's an NFL game. It's on the road, and the 49ers are 1-2. Haven't looked great, but it's a game you got to go, not lose the turnover battle, I think, and just continue to play how you are on offense.
And but the 49ers are running the ball fairly well too. Carlos
Hyde, he got over 100 against Seattle. A lot of that came in garbage time.
It did,
but they ran the ball pretty well against the Rams too.
I think he's a problem. I think he's a problem for the Cowboys. I don't like the matchup there, but the passing game just hasn't really just thrived with Blaine Gabbert at some point.
He's fine. He can scramble and make some plays, which kind of worries you that it's kind of pesky. He can convert some 3rd and 5s and 6s when the Cowboys pass rush is probably not going to be there. But it's a game you should go win the turnover battle. You should force him into a mistake or two. And it's not the Niner defense that Jim Harbaugh took to 3 straight NFC championships.
And the Colin Kaepernick, the most talked about backup in the league, he's gonna get his chance at quarterback. I don't know that's this week, but he's gonna get a chance at quarterback to play at some point for San Francisco, assuming Blaine Gabbert continues to play the way he is. But no, I think Dallas wins. I think they've got I mean, they're going to be a double-digit favorite, right? I think they opened up as a double-digit favorite. First time in a long time they've been that. I don't know that they win by that much.
I think it's not that much now.
I don't know that they win that much.
But they're favored on the road, which is scary.
I like the Cowboys by a touchdown.
You do. Well, real quick on the rest of the East, Philly was just amazing. I thought the bubble might burst a little bit, kind of like Dak. I think at some point these guys have to play like a rookie for a day, and Carson Wentz hasn't done that, and they just dominated Pittsburgh, which is I consider one of the 3 or 4 best teams in the AFC.
Yeah, and it's surprising what Philly did. I notched them down to have the number 1 pick in the draft this next year. So
you were thinking 313, 412.
Yeah, I didn't think they had a chance. And Carson Wentz has come out; he's looked good, and they're running the football pretty well. And Darren Sproles is still electric whenever he gets the ball in his hands. And defensively, they're better than I could have expected.
They're better than we thought there. And then Washington pulls one out with the Giants. I thought that was just a typical NFC East game. There were a lot of mistakes, but they're real competitive games usually.
Yeah. Yeah, I picked the Redskins to win that game. I thought they would win that game. It just seemed
Cousins was a little bit better, and his receivers made some big plays.
But that's what happens in the NFC East. As soon as you think one team's out of it or one team might be taking control of that division, the opposite happens. And that's been that way for years.
It does make for a lot of – you get a lot – like that one was 29-27. You get a lot of 23-20, 2017 games. Yeah. And I expect the Cowboys the next time through with the Giants and Redskins to have the same kind of games they had there. Yeah. I think Cowboys are on track. I think if they win this week, you're feeling good. You're about a third of a way to your 9 wins that might get you in, and you're getting close to 10.
Yeah, no, they're in the conversation, and that's all they can ask with what they had coming into the season.
Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see how this road test goes next week.